Hello YouTube, Wise FIFA here. Yes, I am back coming at you today on Tuesday night, Tuesday mid-evening for you guys in the States with a Marquee Matchup Squad Builder Challenge prediction video. Sorry that it's been a couple weeks since I uploaded on the channel. Had midterms for a while, and then honestly this past weekend just took a break and relaxed, but ready to get back at it, ready to continue to make your coins. Sometimes you need little breaks like this to keep FIFA fun. Over the time I'm gone, Foot birthday came around. Love this little promotion that they're doing, but I will discuss that more in tomorrow's episode of the Foot Market Watch. Yes, I will be uploading that tomorrow, as well as trying to get you guys a silver pack method, one of the last ones out soon. But without further ado, let's get into the Squad Builder Challenge Marquee Matchup prediction video. I'm going to try to keep this one relatively short because I think that the matches featured this week, there's some that you should really invest in, and then there's others that kind of a wild card that you can hedge your bets by just picking up a few players. But like I always do, I'm going to go through four main matches that I think have the best opportunity of featuring. So I usually invest most in these matches, and then I'm going to go through a few sleepers this week with possible matchups as well. So the first one is a big matchup in La Liga, and of course it is Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. If this one doesn't get featured, I mean, well, I have no idea. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do personally, but if this one doesn't get featured, there's going to be some serious backlash from the Twitter following. I recommend picking up Spanish players most likely for this, because I feel like this will be one with a Spanish player requirement as well as a higher rating, probably around 80, 81, but expect a good pack from this. So if you want to get some nice packs, especially with the Foot birthday players and the new Foot birthday might be in packs for a little while, but I think they will. And then the new team of the week, make sure you guys invest in this one, as this one is definitely going to get featured. Next, we're going to move it to the Bundesliga. Interesting that they featured that Hertha Berlin and Hoffenheim, was it, last week? I mean, I'm not sure. I didn't do necessarily my homework on see if that was a rivalry, but it's still interesting considering that this week and you will see FC Bayern play Borussia Dortmund, a big matchup, which I definitely think you guys should exploit. There's a lot of packs being opened and whatnot, so I'm actually going to set some parameters here just so we can see some good players here. That Ulrich will be perfect. Of course, I think again this will be around 79 overall. I think that this will just be a Bundesliga requirement. When they do Bundesliga matchups, you don't necessarily see them doing specific nations or nationalities needed and whatnot. Usually it's just a matchup that they include, and you just have to get the 11 players from that league. Next, we're going to move actually to the Swiss League. Speaking of that Foot birthday players with that sweet Doumbia, we are going to go to the Raffensliga and feature, all right, here's the RSL, duh, come on. And we are going to look at FC Basel. Some really solid players you can pick up here. FC Basel plays young boys. They have not featured the Swiss League that much, and lately they've been kind of going off pace and trying to put in a few more teams that are trying to put in a few more leagues that I don't think they've highlighted as much. But I mean, I'm not sure if this is a traditional derby, but at the same time, it's still a big matchup within the Swiss League. So definitely go ahead and look out for those players. Finally, actually, we're going to move to the A-League. This is one, of course, anytime that an A-League matchup features, there's always a ton of profit to be made. This week, Central Coast Mariners faces the Newcastle Jets. So be on the lookout for this. This is one where you should definitely just pick up some, you can pick up a bronze player for 150 coins. They'll bump up to about 300, 400 by now. But silver players is what I would actually recommend going for if you can still pick them up for less than 300 coins, because there's going to be a rating requirement, and these players will be going for a decent amount if it does get selected. Also, if that is the case too, if you're one of those people that likes to snipe for the marquee matchups right when they get announced, go ahead and search actually silvers from across the league, because if you get some high rated silvers from across the league, that's the best way to go, especially with the A League and smaller leagues like that, the A League, the Swiss League, other leagues. So even in the case of like the Saudi League, you want to snipe those players early, because that's the players that people are not necessarily looking to buy. So now we're moving on to the sleepers. Sorry about that little rant there, but hopefully you guys are still with me. We are going to go to the Greek League. I've mentioned the Greek League, I think, in the past couple videos I made, and it's got to be about time that they include them. So PAOK versus Panathinaikos this week. You can definitely get some solid players. I think there might be a little bit of hype around it, and if there is a little bit of hype around these, definitely don't feel free to sell off these investments the night before, because that's when you'll make the most profit with these guys. A nice mix of silvers and golds to choose from this. Definitely look for the non-rare players because that's the lowest risk, and with the sleepers you want to be able to pick up players that have high reward but low risk. And to continue with that trend, we're going to go to the Ligue 1 and we're going to have a matchup that features Saint Etienne versus FC Nantes, and this is another one with low risk. Pick up these non-rares. A lot of non-rares for both these teams. Pick up that great Brian Dabo. Got to get him in the squad coming up soon. But if you guys, I always like to get a little plug in here. If you guys think I'm missing any important marquee matchups, if you guys have any other investments that you've been working on, make sure you guys leave that in the comment section below. Want to continue to get this engagement going. I had a lot of the good stuff like that before the break, so let's just keep that rolling. You guys have been killing it with the support, and I want to thank you guys so much. I know, kind of a weird placement right in the middle of the video. Isn't that usually reserved for the end? But without that, we're going to move to the Eredivisie. The race for the top is heating up, and there's only a few games left. I think like 5, maybe 6. And we are going to feature the Ajax versus AZ. This is a big game for Ajax and Feyenoord as well, because if Feyenoord or if Ajax gets a W and Feyenoord loses, they actually take over that spot again. I mean, I know Ajax beat Feyenoord in a big matchup this past weekend, and that's why this is a sleeper, because the Eredivisie has been featured a lot in the past couple weeks, so this is just a sleeper to hedge the bets on picking up certain players. I think we already looked at these guys, so we are going to move on to the Turkish league. I think this is a decent shout for one of these off-chance but still extremely profitable team rivalries and matchups, and that is going to be Besiktas versus Trabzonspor. I'm pretty sure this is a rivalry within Turkey, and there are a lot of players you can pick up for 3 to 400 coins that will go for a lot if this gets featured, because it is a little bit under the radar at the moment. You see that there's a couple bids for 400, but still plenty out for 350. Go ahead and smack some bids down today and tomorrow when packs get opened, because these are the best times to buy the players. Of course, right after the weekend league is always decent as well. But that was the last matchup that I think will get featured. So right now we're going to go on to the recap. One last little thing. So the main squads that I think will be featured will be Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich versus Dortmund, FC Basel versus the Young Boys, Central Coast Mariners versus Newcastle Jets, and then the sleepers are FC Nantes versus Saint Etienne, Panathinaikos versus PAOK, Ajax versus AZ Alkmaar, and then Trabzonspor versus Besiktas. Let me know if I'm missing any. Of course, thank you guys for the support. So happy to be back uploading videos again. It's what I like to do, keeps life interesting, and most importantly, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and leave any comments or suggestions in the comment section below, or hit me up on Facebook or Twitter. But now, most importantly, stay wise.